New Hampshire Bridge Brigade for Democracy, I so wish I could be with you this afternoon because you are exactly the people I most want to be standing with. When I think back to Memorial Day last year, a group of friends, freedom-loving people, got together, they stood on an overpass in Concord because they felt they had to do something for our state and for our country. Today, you are on more than 24 bridges in almost every corner of this state, every single week, in the heat, in the cold, in the snow, in the rain that soaks the signs right through. I want to tell you why this matters to me, and I want to start with 45 words. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. 45 words. The First Amendment to our Constitution, the very first thing America's Constitution needed and was missing when it was first signed into law by the great state of New Hampshire. Think about what this says: the right of the people peaceably to assemble, to petition their government for a redress of grievances. That's not a metaphor for what you do. That is literally a description of what you do. Peaceful assembly, petitioning your government and your fellow citizens. My friends, you are not standing at the edge of the First Amendment, you are standing in the heart of it, on a bridge, often in the rain, holding a sign. Look, I've sworn an oath to this Constitution many times in my life, in the Navy, at the Justice Department, and as your Congresswoman. My dad, Ted, he took the same oath to our Constitution in the Navy before me. Like so many of you, my family came to this country because they believed in the basic idea that an ordinary person can stand up in public, can criticize the most powerful government on earth, and then go home, break bread, and have dinner with your friends. I just want to sit with how rare that is for a moment. It's not rare in America, it's rare in the history of the world. Most human beings who have ever lived could not do on a Saturday morning what you do every Saturday morning. And that freedom is our inheritance, but it is not self-executing. A right that nobody uses is a right that quietly dies. The First Amendment, it's not a document under glass, it's a muscle. And you, my friends, are the people keeping it strong. I know that some of you are weary because you've been in this fight your entire lives. I know that sometimes you probably ask whether what you are doing is making any difference. So I want to tell you what I see. Authoritarianism, everywhere in the history of humanity, everywhere it has ever taken root, it begins in basically the same way. It begins by making people feel alone, by convincing you that you are literally the only one who noticed, the only one angry, the only one still paying attention. Isolation is not a side effect. Isolation is the whole strategy. It's the playbook. And every single week, on bridges all across this great state of ours, you take that strategy apart. The playbook fails. Because somewhere out there, a driver who's on her way to work, who is frightened and quiet and certain that she is alone, when she comes around the corner, she sees you. And in that 1 second, she learns the most subversive thing you can teach a person in a democracy. You are not alone. That's not nothing, that is everything. It's how every movement in the history of our country has begun. Every movement that has brought us to a more perfect union with freedom and justice for all. And that's the project that we're undertaking right now. And that's why we've got to keep going. You're tired because you are doing the real work. And the real work is tiring. Democracy, you know this, is not something we have. It's something that we do. And you, my friends, are doing it. I think about this line a lot. When I was in the Navy, we had a saying, don't give up the ship. I know you will never give up the ship, and neither will I. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your courage, for your fight, and I want to thank you for loving our beloved country. See you on the bridges.